Hello. Hi there.
Hey there.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
What are you up to?
Oh, no good.
Oh,
Absolutely no good.
no, 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 no. Okay, well, what I'm up to is sharing with people about syndications. A lot of people constantly ask us about it, and let's simplify it. I'm Desiree Dubois, founder and CEO of Homework. Previously, I was a real estate agent, broker, and investor since 1989, working in residential, commercial, fix and flips, multi-residential, triple net, notes, syndications, and short-term rentals. Also a speaker, publisher, and a podcaster, and founder of An Empowered Woman and Homework. And you are?
I am Gary Zimmerman. I've invested in over 15 million in commercial real estate and industrial real estate, and I'm also invested in multi-residential right now. I'm a general partner in Cola Villa in Golden Hill in San Diego, and also in Costa Azul, which is in San Jose del Cabo, Mexico. I'm a GP partner in those. And I am a mechanical engineer by trade, and I design golf clubs for Titleist. That's my day job. And my skills help us with support operations, financials, underwriting, and our ability to scale.
Very, very much needed. So going back to basics, a lot of people ask, what is a real estate syndication? There's different types of syndications. But a real estate syndication involves bringing together a group of individuals, usually between 2 and 10, but sometimes as many as hundreds of investors to pool their money together and purchase a property. As simple as that.
Yep.
So a lot of the people don't realize that the shopping centers and the office buildings and the medical buildings and all those buildings are syndications. Simply, most of the people, even if they have the money, they use OPM, they use other people's money, and pull it together to be able to make sense of it. So there's two parts of it. There's the investors and limited partners. And what do they do?
So the limited partners are the ones who invest, and they put their money in, and they want to own a percentage of the real estate, and they get all the benefits of the property ownership. Maybe they can't afford to buy it themselves, so they've got they're pooling money. That's why we're doing this. But they are not involved with acquiring the property. They're not involved with arranging the finances or day-to-day operations or capital events.
Well, that's fun. And the thing is that sometimes it's the money, but also sometimes they don't have the knowledge or the bandwidth, or they're involved in their careers and they don't want to get that involved, but they do want to take advantage of the passive investment, and it's truly passive.
Yep.
So syndicator, sponsor, or general partner, also referred to as a GP.
Now, that's what we really want to talk about today, is the GP.
Okay.
So this is the individual or company that's in charge of finding the property, acquiring the property, managing the property, managing the capital events. They typically have a history in real estate, so they have experience, and they have the ability to underwrite and do the due diligence on the property so that you can make sure that it's a good asset to purchase for the syndication.
So the thing is that the good news is that it says individual or company. So sometimes if you know something about real estate, but maybe not enough to be able to carry one on yourself, you can bring in a team. You can bring maybe somebody else who's good at raising funds, somebody else is good as overseeing the construction, or somebody else may be good as far as working with the investors. So you can bring in the talent and create a really strong general partnership with other partners. So, by the way, if you want to win a 3-day getaway to our San Jose del Cabo property, it's how many steps to the beach?
236 for me.
236 steps of your steps to the beach. Then get your cameras and use the QR code. It will ask you for your first name, last name, email address, and phone number. Maybe it's optional, but also it'll give you an opportunity to see whether you're more interested in finding out more about being a syndicator or investing in syndication. But we do announce the winners on Wednesdays, so why not? 3-day getaway sounds good to me. So today we're going to concentrate on being a syndicator. So let's go through some of the things that a syndicator is responsible for. The acquisition of the asset, the management, and the capital event. Again, whether it's this individual or a team, this is what you're responsible for. So tell us what it looks like.
So the acquisition, you need real estate agents to find the properties for you, or to structure the deals, or to represent you in the deal. You need to research properties, find out where they are. They can be anywhere. We're doing international even. You have to underwrite the property, so you have to figure out if the numbers make sense. You have to get legal involved. You have to set up your LLCs You have to make sure that you structure the deal, you put the deal together, and that's all involved in the legal process. Then you have to find investors. Find investors that are willing to put their money in for the property. And then you also have accounting that you have to deal with. And you have to hire a team, but you also have the escrow that you have to work with. You have to do inspections, get the utilities moved over, and then you start renovations once you've acquired it. And so that's your constructions. There's construction projects that you're going to have. You got to do your interior design. You have to do public relations, and then you're ready to launch. That's just the acquisition. That's the easy part.
And then some may or may not be applicable depending on the asset and the asset class, but that's some of the norm. Then you have the management, and that's during the hold.
Yep. So
then the asset managers, so you get asset managers or you manage the property yourself. Investor relations, you have to stay in communication with your investors, letting them know how everything is going. You advertise or promote the property if necessary. You have your admin staff, your assistants, your people that are working with you. Your accounting, you must keep a track of your accounting so people know they're going to get paid and paid on time. Your legal, making sure your legal stays in shape. In place. Property managers, housekeepers, handymen, gardeners, pool service, fumigations, maintenance. The same thing that I always say, it's the same thing you would have if you have your own home, as far as managing it, as well as if you were managing somebody else's property. So managing a syndication, if you've done that before, familiar with real estate, it's not really going to be that much difference. Then you have a capital event.
Capital event. This is getting ready to end the project. So you have to prep the property for it. So this is either a sale or a refinance. You have to do any construction that you needed to get done before you sell it. You have real estate agents, you got to get them involved again. You need to get appraisals done, inspections done, get disposition of furnishings, you got to do the moving. Again, you got to get legal involved because now you have to dissolve everything. You have to close all of the LLCs, and then the accounting, and make sure that accounting and taxes are done.
Everybody gets paid. And the thing is that when you mentioned that this can happen at any period of time. Syndications can be short, like some of them are under a year, then some of them are 3 years to 5 years. That's usually kind of the norm, 3 to 5 years, and then some of them are more than 5 years. It depends if you have to actually, if you're developing the property, building, getting the land, getting the permits in that process. So that capital event can happen at any time, but you, as the syndicator, would be able to structure how you want that to happen and when you want that to happen. So you may be wondering how you make money.
I was wondering that myself.
Well, it's not magic, but it's magical.
Okay.
So show us the next example.
Okay, so in this example, these were just numbers we put together. It's not based on any real asset, but we're saying, okay, for this example, you're purchasing a $2 million property. You're going to exit in 4 years and sell it for $4 million.
Okay.
So you got everything ready. So how you're going to make money? These fees that we're going to discuss, and you see there's several of them that are 2%, 3%, and most of these are set between 1% and 5%. So
you're very conservative.
You can go in between anywhere on one of those. So we're just saying for our purposes, we just said 2%.
Okay.
So one of the things you get is for putting the deal together, for finding the property, putting the deal together, doing all the due diligence, all that stuff, you get acquisition fees, which is 2% of the purchase price in this case. And so that would be $40,000. The loan guarantor would be, if you want to guarantee the loan, or if you want to hire somebody to do that, you can do that as well. But if you wanted to guarantee the loan, then that's going to be 2% of the loan amount. So with this, we said 1.4 million. So that would be 28,000. And then we have asset management fees. So that's a fee that can be based on the acquisition price. It can be based on the rental income, or it can be based on how much you raise from investors. There's a number of different ways of structuring it. So, or you can just set the fee.
Okay.
So this one, we have the set fee at $2,000 a month times 12, that's $24,000 a year, times 4 years, which would be the whole period. Then you're making $96,000. Operational income, we're saying the same thing. Okay, well, it's making $2,000. The property's cash flowing $2,000 a month. So you can get the operational income, which times 4 years, that would be another 96,000. And you have your technology fee, which is basically for computers and software,
Websites,
and all that
CRM,
stuff. Yep.
internet, things of that kind.
And then an admin fee would be for your personal assistant for managing all this, and then travel and taxes and whatever
Billing.
else you need. Yeah,
Billing.
accounting. And then that's all during the asset management fees. The income, operational income, technology, and admin fees are all during the management phase. So that's during the hold. And then at the end, you have your disposition fee, which when you're getting ready to sell or do a capital event on the project. So it's either an exit, which is sales, or we have another one, which is refinance. We'll show in a minute. So that you get a disposition fee, which is 2% of the sale price in this case, which would be 2% of $4 million. So that's $80,000. And then if the property, after everything is paid and done, the property made $800,000, $800,000 in profit, and you split the asset, you say in your waterfall, the equity split is 50-50 between the GPs and the LPs, then your share of the equity would be $400,000 off the property.
Wow.
So that gives you a total of a little over $783,000.
Fantastic. That's awesome. But if you're a realtor, there's more.
Yes, you could get 3% of the purchase price if you're a realtor, and then 3% of the sale price if you're involved in the purchase and sale. And then also there's construction management, and we set that at 3% of the construction cost. So if you have a $100,000 budget to redo the outside, redo the inside, whatever else you need to do to bring the property up to your standards, then you would be eligible for 3% of that $100,000. So $3,000 would be your general contractor amount for managing the managers, contractors in the project.
That's amazing, because what I'm seeing is that first of all, you're being very conservative with your numbers, that you're starting in the low, but just being able to make that in that period of time is amazing, because you have at this point have put none of your own money in it, and you have not had to guarantee the loan yourself. So those who say, I don't have any money and I don't have any credit, so I can't do this, that's not true. So we have put money in ours because we had it. We moved it from the stock market to be able to do this. It was a better investment on our behalf. But from as a syndicator, you don't have to do that. Your sweat equity is huge through the time. And the time period can vary, as I mentioned, whether from whenever you want. And then also how you want to take these different fees. Is this amazing? I think it's amazing. It's exciting. So now there's another capital event that you mentioned briefly.
So this is another way that you can get your money out. And so this would be a $2.5 million for this example, with a $4 million exit at 4 years. So same thing, your acquisition fees, 2% of 2.5 million, loan guarantors, 2% of 1.75, which would be the loan amount for this. So it's 35,000. We set the asset management fees at 2,500. So there's 30,000 instead of 24. So 30,000 over 4 years is 120,000. Operational income, again, 2,500 a month is what you're expecting. So you're going to get 30,000 times 4, that's another 120,000. Your technology fee is a little bit more because the purchase price is a little bit more. Admin fees a little bit more because the purchase price is higher. But then we come down to, we've been through the hold and the acquisition and the hold. So now we're to the capital event, which is a refinance fee. So this refinance fee is not 2% of the 4 million price that you're quote unquote selling it for, but it is 2% of the loan that you're going to acquire. The refinance fee or refinance loan you're going to acquire. And what you're going to use that money for is to actually buy out your investors. So you're going to give that the extra refinance fee to the investors to buy them out. And then you have the property for yourself.
And along with the equity.
The equity, you're actually not going to see that 480,000. You see the total is 898,000, but you're not actually going to see that 480,000 because you're going to use that. You're going to roll that back in as your down payment.
Exactly.
to get equity in the property. So you roll that back in, and basically you financed out all of the limited partners,
Mhm.
so the GPs get to keep the asset.
So what you're saying is that, you're able to, at the end, if you didn't want to just sell the asset, if you wanted to be able to acquire it and include it in your personal portfolio, you would just apply those last fees, your equity split and your refinance fee, and then being able to refinance it. All the investors are whole, they're gone, and now you have an asset that you own to be able to continue to build from.
Yep.
Amazing. And one other thing too is that you said the equity, we base this equity on 50/50.
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes the equity split can be anything you'd like. It can be, again, it go from 50/50 to 60/40 to 70/30, 80/20.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can start off with just taking 10%, but still 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. You're getting 10% of an asset that you, again, they did not have to put any money or time into it. Another thing about the loan guarantor fee is that, so if maybe you can't qualify for the loan, there are people that just do that. They're looking for opportunities, and all they want to do is guarantee the loan, and they get either a flat fee or a percentage or whatever's negotiable. So all of this is so doable because of the fact that you have such flexibility.
Right.
It doesn't have to be all you, your expertise, your money, your credit. It has to be just do with you knowing what to do and how to set this up. And then if you're a realtor, there's
Again, 3% purchase, 3% sales, and then again, construction management of 3% of the construction costs.
Yep. And I mean, for even as a realtor, that's $195,000, almost $200,000 you made that you can have control over. You're not waiting for a buyer or a seller to make up their mind and decide whether they are going to work with you. You can control those commissions, and that's huge. That's really huge. I mean, that's like almost $900,000, almost $1 million. And especially you can do 1 or 2 or 3 or just carried away with them. So I think everyone or anyone that's involved in real estate that knows real estate, if you don't, I think it's something you should definitely look into. It's a great way to, a lot of people have been in real estate, they want to end their career. Bang, this is one way to be able to do that.
Yep.
So in the sky is the limit. So again, if it's little to no capital or credit, you're able to build your real estate portfolio, you're able to build wealth, and you'll be able to leave a legacy. Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Is that what you want to do? That's fantastic. So again, if you want to win that 3-day getaway in San Jose, use your phones, get your QR code, and be able to do that. That's one way. Being on that code, with that code, it'll take you into, again, your first name, last name, email address. It'll give you an option whether you want to learn more about being a syndicator or you want to learn more about investing in syndications. And this is just simply an opportunity for you to look further into. You may have questions. And if you do, simply email me. I'm Desiree@homework.com. Again, we covered a lot, but there's so much more, so many more to learn. But any questions you have, feel free to reach out to us. We're here and available to answer them. And if you simply want to pick up the phone and give me a call, you're more welcome to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you have to say?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking this time and joining us today. Again, we welcome your
questions.
Your questions, any feedback, or any conversation you want with us, just reach out to us. And until we meet again, remember that homework is about living where you work where you live, anywhere in the world.
Wonderful.